So I had a dream last night where I was surrounded by these, I want to say they were like werewolves. They were like beasts, essentially. Couldn't really get a good tell of what they were. But I remember that I had to think quickly because everyone was basically dead or getting slaughtered. That was in my dream. And I knew that I couldn't fight them all off. So I ended up feigning death, which is interesting when you feign death in a dream. End up waking up in the exact same position. It's kind of strange. But it's just a dream, so. The other thing I wanted to share is an idea that I thought about when I first woke up, which was victim blaming. I'm sure people have heard of this term, victim blaming. When I was a child, I had a lot of pain and trauma from various types of abuse. And the one I want to focus on right now is I was, I guess, I wasn't exposed. I was involved with an inappropriate relationship with an older woman as a child. And it had an impact on me as a child and until adulthood. In a lot of ways, and ways that I'm not even aware of. But we are not our trauma. We are not our pain. And we have a choice whether or not we are going to live in trauma or pain. Or if we're not, we're going to go the opposite direction. A great example of this is if you grew up with alcoholic parents and you chose to abstain from alcohol because you did not want to repeat the cycle. That would be a great example. Or you grew up in a family that was isolated and very small-minded, fear-based, and you chose to have a thirst for cultures around the world, a thirst for knowledge, awareness, not be isolated, be worldly. That would be going the opposite direction. Another example. I guess if your experience as a child, you were abused physically or emotionally, and you grew up and you chose not to do that to children, but to protect them and look out for them, that would be going the opposite direction instead of repeating the cycle. And I suppose I'm making this to remind people that it is not a guarantee that you will repeat your trauma. There is a choice, and you can choose to go the opposite direction. Yeah. Personally, I have chosen to live a life of caring for people in children and looking out for them and trying to protect them from danger and pain and lift them emotionally, listen to them. Listening is probably the most important thing we can do for children, is just pay attention to them and listen to them, even if it's something that is insignificant or trivial or it doesn't make any sense. They want to share it with you, so just listen to them, because it means so much to them that you're paying attention and you're making eye contact and you're engaged. And you care. That's probably the most important. So, yeah, what else to talk about? Yeah, affirmations. I wrote down 5 affirmations this morning that I want to share with you. The first one is, I am at peace. It's probably the number 1 affirmation that I felt I needed to write. The next one is, I am loved. I am loved. And we need to remind ourselves that we are loved, despite an environment or a feeling or a thought that maybe we are alone or we are feeling hopeless. And that's the one that I have to remind myself all the time, that despite the fact that I feel this way, I am loved. And the next one is, I am love. I embody love. It emanates from me in my thoughts and my feelings and my actions. When you can just sit and exist and not do or say anything, and people can feel love energy emanating from you. That's what I'm talking about. Another one I wrote was, I am a magnet for all things that are good. And I have recently adopted an idea that all things are good. So when I say I am a magnet for all things that are good, I'm putting myself in the mindset that no matter what I attract, it is good for me. And the final one that I wrote was, I am abundant. And abundance can mean a lot of things to different people. What I feel when I say I am abundant is, I have more than enough so that I can share. I can share with others. And not pain. I don't need to share pain. But I can share the pain that I've experienced and what I've learned from it, so that maybe someone else will learn something from my pain and how they can handle it, in case they're experiencing something similar. If you enjoy subjects like this and discussion, I would love to have discussion with people. I recently started a Facebook group for my nonprofit organization called All Range Combat. You can find it on Facebook. It's very easy. I will be posting Zoom links in there so that we can have live discussion like this and express ourselves, connect. And what I love to do is dissect and reflect. So what I've been doing for the past year is dissecting myself and reflecting on what I find. And of course this is not literally, but what I would dissect is thoughts, patterns, behavioral patterns, emotion, feelings, I guess, and my ego, essentially. Dissecting the ego, tearing it apart, and then reflecting on what I find. And I highly recommend it. I highly recommend dissecting yourself and reflecting. But I suppose that's it for now. I have to get to work. Until next time.